Rock on, gold dust woman, take your silver spoon and dig your grave. Heartless challenge, pick your path and I'll pray.
Wake up in the morning, see your sunrise, loves to go down. Lousy lovers pick their prey, but they never cry out loud.
Did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home? Rock on, ancient queen, follow those who pale in your shadow.
Rulers make bad lovers, you better put your kingdom up for sale. Well,
Did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? And is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home? Go Rock on, gold-dust woman, take your silver spoon and dig your grave.
Heartless challenge, pick your path and I pray.
Did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home? Did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Tell me, is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home?
are listening to Pacific Street Blues. Today we turn the spotlight on one of the great British blues rock bands in all time, Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac Blues Band. Now, when we think of Fleetwood Mac, many of us think of the Buckingham and Nicks era, but if you take a look at the band, they actually have 6 or 7 different eras, of which that's 3 maybe. But when the band begins, it's a foundational blues band coming out of John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, and features Peter Green, considered at that time to be one of the greatest blues rock guitar players, among the best, including Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and also Jimmy Page, along with John McVie on bass and Mick Fleetwood on drums. Now, Fleetwood and McVie will last with the band throughout their entire lives, but Peter Green will only be with them a short period of time. So we're going to take a look at them today. Started off today with music from Warren Haynes and Grace Potter doing the more popular era of Fleetwood Mac, if you will. A track there called Gold Dust Woman. Also, we heard from the new Pornographers and a track, Think About Me. But let's go all the way back into the history of Fleetwood Mac, and they begin to come together around John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. Now, John Mayall, as we'll hear in our next set of music, is one of 3 or 4 really kind of foundational blues artists that are going to bring the blues and birth the entire classic rock, blues rock sound that's so popular coming out of England in the early 1960s. Among them include Cyril Davis, Alexis Korner, Long John Baldry, Chris Barber, and of course John Mayall. Let's hear music from John Mayall right here on Pacific Street Blues. This track features Green, McVie, and Fleetwood, the early foundation of the band. Going to take a brief underwriter's break and come right back with the music of the founders of the British blues rock scene.
Don't tell me none of no lies, woman, 'cause all you know I told you. Don't sell me no alibi, sister, 'cause all you got I sold. You better leave at midnight and sneak it to the one who worked it out. I don't wanna hear no back talk. I'm speaking to go on, shut your mouth. And everything is gonna work out tight if you act like you've been told. Just don't try to lay no boogie woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. Well, don't feed me no TV dinners when you know that I'm used to steak. I don't need no rank beginners when it's time to shake the shake. You better pull your thing together, reach in and dust it out. And if you feel that you just can't dig it, you know you don't know what it's all about. It ain't a matter of poor convenience that's gonna justify your soul. It's just don't try to lay no boogie woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. Late 45, but your head's in 53. You got what it takes, keep my heads a spinning down by the old red shack. But you come on just like a fool, grinning in the back of a red Cadillac. You can't come across the Oxford Bridge until you pay the toll. So don't try to lay no boogie woogie. I'm the king of rock and roll. Lights out.
Going home, going home. Well, I'm leaving here today. But if I don't leave now, won't be going nowhere. Well, home is where my heart is. Yeah, my home's in New Orleans. Take me to that land of dreams and scenes. 'Cause if I don't leave now, won't be going nowhere.
say, yeah, what you do. Well, that's tight like that. Yeah, I'm telling you. But if I don't leave now, I won't be going nowhere. Going home. I'm going home. Oh, baby, I'm leaving. Leaving here today. But if I don't leave now, I won't be going nowhere. But if I don't leave now, I won't be going nowhere.
Music there from the Chris Barber Jazz and Skiffle group featuring Irish singer Van Morrison in a track there called Goin' Home. And what we're doing is we're kind of taking a look at the formative years of the blues scene in England because Fleetwood Mac Blues Band is going to come directly out of this scene. So we heard originally there from Long John Baldry and Don't Lay No Boogie Woogie on the King of Rock and Roll. And Long John Baldry had come out of a band called Alexis Korner's Blues Incorporated, or the Blues All-Stars. Now, Alexis Korner had originally played with Chris Barber, who we just heard. And Chris Barber's got this amalgamation between jazz music and skiffle music. And if you think about skiffle, it's where you play like a washtub bass, harmonica, and a banjo. And that's the sound where Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and Jimmy Page were all skiffle players. So Chris Barber, along with a guy named Lonnie Donegan, who was in his band, birthed the skiffle craze, which takes off at about the same time that rock and roll is hitting over in England after World War II. And all these young players are going crazy, and they're going to birth classic rock. So you have Chris Barber, and out of that band comes Alexis Korner. And Alexis Korner has a band called the Blues Incorporated, and I'm not going to get everybody that was in that band, but it includes people like Nicky Hopkins, Jimmy Page, Charlie Watts, the drummer for the Rolling Stones. In fact, it's Blues Incorporated is where Ian Stewart and Brian Jones connect with Mick Jagger and eventually Keith Richards and form the Rolling Stones. Also in the band was Jeff Beck and a guy named Mickey Waller. And Mickey Waller was the original drummer in the Jeff Beck group, and he was also a frequent drummer with the Rod Stewart's band. Now, Rod Stewart is going to come through a band called Long John Baldry. And Long John Baldry comes out of Alexis Korner's Blues Incorporated. And so Long John Baldry is like 6'6" tall. And not that it matters, but at this period of early 1960s, late 1950s, he's gay. And so he's forming this band that's instrumental on the creation of blues and eventually blues rock and classic rock. So Long John Baldry includes people in his band, Elton Dean. And so Elton Dean is in the band, and he's going to go on and form, I think it's Soft Machine. But John Baldry is also in the band, and they have a keyboard player, a young kid named Reginald Dwight. Well, Reg Dwight takes Elton Dean and Long John, and he creates a character that we know today as Elton John. And he's in a band, and one of the primary singers in that band is a guy named Rod Stewart. Well, Rod Stewart's going to quit that band and go off and form the Jeff Beck group with Ronnie Wood, whose older brother Art Wood was in Long John Baldry. Now today, Ronnie Wood, of course, is the other guitar player in the Rolling Stones. He's also going to have Rod Stewart, Jeff Beck, and Mickey Waller, and eventually Ainsley Dunbar. And so you can see where this is all going. They're all moving around in this community in London together that tends to focus over by Tottenham Road as well as Eel Pie Island out by Richmond. And so you also have John Mayall. And John Mayall's kind of doing a more authentic blues sort of sound, but in his band he has this young guy named Eric Clapton. And Eric Clapton had quit a band called the Yardbirds because it was too poppy and he wanted to play authentic blues. And he's kind of this superstar hero at a very early age in his life. Well, he leaves that band to form Cream. It takes a couple of goes, but eventually he forms Cream, and he's replaced by Peter Green. Peter Green comes into the band with John McVie, the bass player's already there, Mick Fleetwood, the drummer's already there, and then eventually they're going to leave and they get replaced by Mick Taylor. Mick Taylor then goes on to become kind of the superstar guitar player during the halcyon period of the Rolling Stones from about 1969 to about 1975. But Peter Green, John McVie, and Mick Fleetwood come out of John Mayall's Blues Breakers and form Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac Blues Band. And you get all that because you want to understand Fleetwood Mac is swimming in this ocean of players in London that are all going to go on to superstar careers. Now, there's another element of this band, and it's the guitar, Peter Green's guitar. It's called Greenie. It recently sold for about $2 million to Kirk Hammett from Metallica. But in between Peter Green and Kirk Hammett is a guy named Gary Moore, and he's in Thin Lizzy and some other bands. But supposedly this guitar, 59 Gibson Les Paul, it's got poor wiring, or the wiring got polarized somehow in the pickups, and it creates this haunting sound. So I'm going to play this Gary Moore track and try to listen to the tone of the guitar. That's a track called The Supernatural, which Gary Moore recorded an album of Peter Green's songs. And Gary Moore is the heir apparent to the legendary Peter Green. In fact, Green essentially gives him this famous guitar to help Moore out when he's struggling in his own career. And Moore is going to pay him back by recording his songs and taking that forward. Take a brief underwriter's break, and we're going to come back with the formation of Chicken Shack. So when Fleetwood Mac is forming, one of the players to come in, an instrumental player, is going to be a gal named Christine Perfect. She marries John McVie and she becomes Christine McVie. We're going to explore that when we come back in just a moment. Music there from the band Fleetwood Mac and the track Fleetwood Mac. And let me tell you a little bit about how this all comes around. Originally, there's a band called Shotgun Express. The lead singer in that band is Rod Stewart, along with a gal named Beryl Marsden. And Marsden is going to become famous because she's from Liverpool and she hangs out in Hamburg at the same time the Beatles are there. And she's opening the Cavern Club and she's opening for the Beatles. And they're kind of singing. And the rest of the band is a guy named Peter Bardens. And Peter Bardens is kind of the ringleader of this group. But eventually he'll leave and he'll go on and form the prog rock band called Camel. Also in the band is Mick Fleetwood and Peter Green, and they're both quite young at this point, and a guy named Dave Ambrose. Now, Dave Ambrose is going to eventually leave or stop being a musician and work for a record label, and he's the guy that signs the Sex Pistols and Duran Duran to a recording contract. Kind of strange, huh? But what kind of happens is Peter Green gets a shot to replace Clapton in John Mayall's Blues Breaker, and he takes Mick Fleetwood with him. And so they're going to go into this band with John McVie. And so at some point in time, John Mayall's recording an album, and there's time left over, so he gives the extra time to Peter Green. And Peter Green goes in with John McVie and Mick Fleetwood, and they record some tracks, including that one, Fleetwood Mac, which Peter Green says, I've named this song after the rhythm section of the band. Let's go form a band. And they do. Now, it's going to take McVie a little bit of time to walk away from the steady gig that John Mayall's offering him, but eventually he does, and they form a band. And the band includes two other players, Jeremy Spencer, and eventually a very young player, a guy named Danny Kerwin, who's a bit of an Elmore James perfectionist player. So eventually they're going to have this band going. But eventually in 1970 and 1971, Spencer leaves and Danny Kerwin leaves, both kind of under mysterious circumstances. In fact, Danny Kerwin goes off and joins a religious cult, which oddly enough, Peter Green's going to do that as well later in his career. But they're replaced by a gal from a band called Chicken Shack, and her name is Christine Perfect. And Perfect falls in love with John McVie and becomes Christine McVie. So we're going to hear a track here on how the band got its name. Of course, Amos Milburn is who you're going to hear. And we've associated now Amos Milburn not only with the Allman Brothers, but with Stevie Ray Vaughan. And here he's going to provide the sound that becomes the name for the band Chicken Shack. We're also going to hear from Christine McVie doing the old Etta James track, I'd Rather Go Blind.
Just got back, and I'm looking for that place they call the Chicken Shack. They say it's fine as wine, and it's really on a ball. No windows, no doors, it's just a hole in the wall. Said was located down by the creek, where you can get a whole gob of good things to eat. All good parts of the chicken once more is a cinch. You can even get the last part that went over the fence. Yes, they say it's a place where all the bad cats meet. You better be mighty careful where you take a seat. Coming through the wall, you better be mighty careful. Let's have a ball. Come on, all you fellas, and take a drink from my pack, 'cause the party's ready to start down at the Chicken Shack.
said, cry, girl. When I saw you and that girl walking, I would rather go blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me. So you see, I love you so much, and I don't want to see you leave me, baby. But most of all, I don't want to be free. I was just sitting here thinking about your kiss and your warm embrace. With the reflection in the glass that I held to my lips, baby, revealed the tears that were on my face. I would rather go blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me. So you see, I love you so much, and I don't want to see you leave me, baby. But most of all, I don't want to be free.
So at the time that Christine Perfect is being scouted by Fleetwood Mac to come into their band, she's hanging around and busking with a guy named Spencer Davis. Well, Spencer Davis, at about that same time, discovers this little kid, 15, 16-year-old kid named Stevie Winwood, and releases a song that sounds like this.
Well, my tongue went down by the
I've got a black magic woman, got me so blind I can't see that she's a black magic woman. She's trying to make a devil out of me. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Yes, don't turn your back on me, baby. Stop messing around with your tricks. Don't turn your back on me, baby. You just might pick up my magic sticks.
I could tell you about my life, say I'm a man of the world, flown across every tide. I've seen lots of pretty girls, and I got everything I need. I couldn't ask for more. There's no one I'd rather be. I just wish I'd never been I need a good woman, me like a good man should. I'm not saying I'm a good man, oh, but I would be if I could. So I'll tell you about my life, keep you amused, I'm sure, about all the times I've cried. I don't wanna be sad anymore.
From his latest live album, that's the music of Eric Clapton doing Man of the World, a song closely associated with the songwriter Peter Green, who founded the band Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac Blues Band. Now, Clapton recorded that album very recently, and in fact, he recorded 2 tracks from Green on that album, including Black Magic Woman, which we heard from Santana just a moment ago. Black Magic Woman was written by Peter Green and it appears on a very early Fleetwood Mac album, but it was covered by Santana, and that's kind of the guy that got the hit. But it was definitely Peter Green that wrote it. Now, Peter Green is going to be famous for the texture and the sound. The other thing that's kind of noticeable about his style is he slows the blues way down, particularly when you compare him to his contemporaries of the time, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, and Eric Clapton at that time. Now, another interesting thing is Green writes a song called Oh Well, which we're going to hear in a moment from the Black Crowes featuring Jimmy Page. I'm sure you'll recognize the song right away, but this song was the inspiration for the opening track on Led Zeppelin's 4th album, an album which includes the track Black Dog. Now, what's interesting about Black Dog is the riff, which is written actually by the bass player John Paul Jones, comes from the Howlin' Wolf song Smokestack Lightnin'. But we're going to hear Oh Well and Black Dog so you can hear the comparison between the two.
The shape I'm in, I can't sing, I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin. And don't ask me what I think of you, I might not give the answer that you want me to. Oh well. When I talk to God, I know He understands. He said, stick by me, I'll be your guiding hand. Don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to. Oh, well.
There's the track Black Dog from the band Led Zeppelin featuring Jimmy Page. And what's kind of interesting about the Fleetwood Mac Blues Band is, much like the Yardbirds, they're known for having this legacy of really great guitar players. For example, the Yardbirds started out with Eric Clapton. He gets replaced by Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck brings in Jimmy Page to be the bass player in the band, and then when Jeff Beck leaves to go form the Jeff Beck Group, where he's going to experiment with the heavy rock sound that eventually Led Zeppelin will pick up, Jimmy Page slides over and becomes the lead guitar player for the Yardbirds. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, kind of same thing. They have Eric Clapton, Peter Green, Mick Taylor goes on to the Rolling Stones, and then there's other bands like guitar players rather, like Coco Montoya and Rocky Althus and others that are going to step into that role. And then with Fleetwood Mac Blues Band, you have Peter Green, you have Jeremy Spencer, Danny Kerwin, Bob Welsh, Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Vito Burnett, and Neil Finn from Split End and Crowded House. It's just this run of really exceptional guitar players, and Fleetwood Mac is right in there in the thick of it. You can take a brief Underwriters break and come back with Mick Taylor on an album that features Peter Green and John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. That's a cover of the old Peter Green track Rattlesnake Shake, which is one of his more famous songs, and it's a oblique reference to manual self-gratification, much like Jackson Browne's track Rosie. So also we heard from John Mayall featuring Mick Taylor. And again, Mick Taylor is in that vein of people that are inspired by kind of Chicago electric blues and very heavily by the influence of Peter Green. And so as Peter Green is in this band, they're getting bigger and bigger. They're just massive. They are overshadowing guys like Clapton and like Led Zeppelin eventually. And at the same time, Peter Green is struggling with his mental health. He's abusing drugs a lot. He's abusing alcohol. And he's engaged in religious reflection, if you will. And so a lot's going on, and he's kind of begins to withdraw away from the music industry. He's disgusted by it all. He asks the band to play for free, basically, and they would give their money away to charity to try to help other people. And, of course, Mick Fleetwood and John McVie are like, I don't think that's going to work for me. And so there begins to be a split with the band. But before the band splits up, and Peter Green will eventually leave, they're going to go to Chicago to record an album at Chess Records. And not unlike the Rolling Stones, who did the exact same thing, 2120 South Michigan Avenue. And they're going to record with some of the greats like Matt Murphy and Otis Spann. And Otis Spann is so taken by the band that he asks them to make an album with him. And he has one exception. He doesn't want the drummer. He doesn't want Mick Fleetwood. But he has Peter Green, John McVie, and Danny Kerwin. And so they're going to record a track called Temperature is Rising 100.2. And the name of the album is The Biggest Thing Since Colossus. Now, the other thing that's kind of interesting that's going on is they have this very young player, Danny Kerwin's in the band. And eventually Danny Kerwin is going to succumb to acute alcoholism. And he'll leave the band when they're in San Francisco. He says, I'm going to go out for a magazine, and he never shows up. He disappears. And they eventually track him down. He's in a religious cult with his wife, and he's dealing with that. So as you can see, the band not only has sparks of genius musically, but it's going to be hampered by drug abuse and alcohol abuse. In fact, Peter Green will have mental illness. Jeremy Spencer's going to have some issues. Danny Kerwin's going to disappear. And it's going to be very complicated as they try to continue on, which is what Mick Fleetwood and John McVie continue to do. Well, let's take a listen to the music with Otis Spann right here on Pacific Street Blues.
other side. You know I jumped to a blaze of fire, baby. Yes, if I knew you were on the other side. Try to save my baby and keep my baby satisfied. Watch out, baby.
Take a brief underwriter's break, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at how Bob Welsh, an American, comes into the band and changes the entire direction of the Fleetwood Mac Blues Band.